I'm Paul, and welcome to tonight's live event. Hi everyone, I'm Paul and welcome to tonight's event. It's Tuesday something in August. You know how days go past, absolutely crazy the way months and months fly past, and day by day we are getting so much of things done. But overall we know that we are living in extremely challenging times, and tonight I thought I'd share with you certain aspects of ways that we can really look at changing the definition of who we are and thereby changing the way we approach life. So let me ask you just one thing as we start tonight. Do you work hard on yourself and, just try to keep positive? Well, of course you do, because that's the way we are built. We try to keep ourselves upbeat, we try to keep ourselves positive, and it's a goal. It's always a challenge. How long are you able to really keep this up? And the question is it working for you? Because, when we consider the talks that we have here in Life Coaching for All that we've been facilitating, some of our clients are commenting about how they are not really sure how to set and achieve their goals. So we thought to share, about one important aspect of our life as it currently sits within our very being. It's about figuring out how to build our levels of positivity in a way that could enhance our lives in more ways than one, and that's always good to work with. This process is definitely quite challenging for many, many people. In this talk, we are going to look at how we can create real positivity by dissolving the 5 big forms of psychological sabotage that we're all subject to. At the end of the day, when we take on the inner work of dissolving these things and dissolving what doesn't work for us anymore, then we've literally set a goal of reality. I'm hoping that this mini class will give us some insight and great assistance in overcoming these challenges that hit home and hit hard at times. We need to also understand and perhaps admit to ourselves that there are many people who are screaming so loudly in fear on a daily basis that they're not able to get a hold of their inner bravery, their courage, their creativity. They're not able to build prosperity and create impactful living for themselves. But we're all born to shine, full stop. We need to know that. We are made to meet the world in our greatness. We're also meant to work towards revealing our most excellent version of the highest vision of ourselves to the world and to share it. We cannot do this whilst we do not understand our primary purpose of being here on the planet. So we should know that we are not born into living in limitation. However, we are also taught to doubt, we are often educated to make excuses, and we are trained to be fearful and obey supposed authority to the highest order. In this class, we will examine 5 big underlying psychological ways that we literally sabotage ourselves with. So thank you for joining us for this inspirational look at the way that we can free ourselves to learn to live in the highest potential and thrive in a way that we perhaps never thought possible for ourselves. Question is, are you ready to take a deep look at how creating a firm goal to work on overcoming these psychological sabotage systems that many of us endure, and in so doing will bring a sense and experience of freedom to our lives? Are you ready? Well, you can't miss this one, so let's go with it. Please know that I'm grateful to have you with us for this class, and I'm trusting that you will grab it by the neck and shake it about a whole lot for yourself. It's worth the work, and at the end of each day, if we have done the work that we need to do, in our fullness, then we are enough, and we will gain the benefit in enormous ways for ourselves and for everyone else around us. As human beings, we must know and understand that the primary purpose of being here on the planet is to watch mindless television, play violent video games, or follow the train wreck lives of certain celebrities on social media, etc., etc. These are all escape tactics that we employ in order to pretend that we don't actually need to do the work that we need to do. They act as a smokescreen. Our earliest teachers schooled us to get with the way that their world worked and taught us the ways that we must operate to fit in with the cohesive social group experience and the manner in which we must think and or feel in order to stay safe. Through the emotional times that we all collected, as we went into our lives, our brains actually lost much of their capacity to express our natural genius. We all need to also look at the collected and collective trauma repression that created the mental blocks that now restrain our access to the advanced perception that all great masters of our world have really worked so hard to attain. The belief that suffering is a part of a life richly lived caused our open hearts to close, limiting not only our joy and wonder, but also removed the passion that drives our creativity, our productivity, our performance, our potential. I'm sure you can see this within yourself. I really welcome any comment that you could give us right now, as of course, this is meant to be an interactive event for all of us to work with. Welcome again. So what do we do in order to be able to turn those assumed limitations into a point of freedom? How do we expand what is essentially small thinking into boundless, limitless belief in our potential, our talents, and to build a fantastic future that destiny has in store for us? Are you ready to work with these 5 points of psychological damage and create a goal forward for yourself to work with? Well, that's what our class is about right now. We hope that you're ready. Because we really, truly have to relook at the identity that we've assumed ourselves to be. If I do go through these points too fast, then remember, maybe you'd like to make a note of them as we go along, or you can always come back and watch this class again. But I will repeat them later on too, just in case, so we can just get a good grip on them and begin to understand them. Are you ready? Well, here we go. Here's the 5 psychological symptoms that have been creating damage within your life and which are preventing you from living a life of positive fullness, powerful awareness. Just see which ones you can relate to. Either all of them or only a few could come up for you right here. Just 5 simple points to look at within your own life. Number 1, excuses. You know, your excuses are just liars. Your doubts are thieves. The more times in a day that you rationalize why you can't become all that you wish to be, or learn to craft that life that your best self, your higher self wants, then the more you're going to hardwire your belief or that belief into your brain. The goal right here, of course, is to say that you must really know that which you keep practicing is that which you'll become a pro at. More of that, you become more of. Simply put, we can become really amazing at the things that we repeat. If you keep excusing away your power to do remarkable things, to grow stronger amid adversity and live the life of your ideals, then you won't do the work required to realize these powerful life experiences. Your mental habits that you employ will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Excuses are quite obviously limiting the glory of your huge potential reality. The second point is blame. Because blaming others is giving your primal power to the people and conditions that you blame. Simple enough. Third point is gossip. This is about speaking about people who are not present around you. Amplifies what you speak of within your own thinking. So when you talk of someone else's misdeeds, weaknesses, or blind spots, then you're cementing these within your own mentality. And this will also ensure that your daily behavior will also reveal those deepest beliefs which are mostly unconscious within us. The fourth thing to look at is complaint, because complaining is a meek form of anger. The more you groan and grumble about what's not working for you, the more then you'll be training your brain to look for those things in your environment. And guess what you'll see before too long? Yes, that's it. So, who do you know who is always complaining? How do they make you feel? These are extremely deep questions for us to look at, because human cognition is built in such a way that we actually only see the things outside of us that fit with the story we've sold ourselves. We believe what we see on the outside, when in fact, there are just so many teachings in our world that will tell us that our world is made up of what we believe it to be. So there's an immediate goal for us to work with. Let's just stop complaining. For example, if we were just to complain about how little money we have, all we're going to see is more scarcity of prosperity and abundance. Complain of how mean people are, and you'll notice much more rude and mean people around you. Complain of the lack of opportunities, and you'll witness more closed doors around you. They just won't open. And the fifth point is a biggie: apathy. Your brain requires new things to become fully engaged with in our lives. Without new things to give our days over to, or a way to build a high-value target that could add that oomph to our enthusiasm, or to create meaningful and enjoyable pursuits that fuel our joy, then we're going to grow bored. And apathy arrives. Blair. I mean, who needs that? Here's a point to consider. Did you know that scared people generally complain how bored they are, by the way? They're actually terrified of living in their full genius. And they're scared of honoring their wonderful gifts, that they've suppressed their ambitions to a point where they no longer exist. They will also not have built any energetically imagined future that will get them out of bed before the sun comes up, or that inspires them to present their finest creativity to a welcoming and loving world. It's the opposite for them. So please consider these 5 points that do sabotage our mindset, especially in these incredibly challenging times. If you're identifying any of these aspects within yourself, well, then there's 3 things that you could do right now to change it all. These are some of the goals that you could create for yourself right now, today, at this moment. And the first one is that we could stay committed to doing the inner work, or the inner mastery work that needs doing, to ensure that they never affect the huge potential that your life is meant to materialize and be. 2, we can work on changing our identity by identifying what it is that we need to change, simply by dissolving those mindsets that we've built up within us. Imagine this for a moment. How different would your life be if you managed to change your life experience and you got rid of any one or all of those aspects? So let's just repeat them again, just for clarity, and let's gain a more meaningful understanding of the 5 issues that are psychologically holding us back from living in our absolute fullest potential. We're repeating them. They are: number 1, excuses. Number 2, blame. Number 3, gossip. Number 4, complaint. And number 5, apathy. So just to add comment, let me ask this question of you. If you manage to dissolve just one of these psychological symptoms, would you still be the same person? See, you already understand how to set a goal to change your identity. So, of course, the third point to consider for yourself is that as life and business coaches here at Life Coaching for All, we have a strong list of learning and work resources, learning and work resources that could help you thrive and rise to the top amidst these extremely difficult times that we're all experiencing. We've a 12-week coaching course that we've developed for anyone who wishes to transform their lives, to gain more perception and enable themselves to grow into the height of their potential. The 5 psychological symptoms that we have discussed and shared about in this class offer just the tip of the iceberg of inner change that could be brought about within ourselves. So why not give us a call and take advantage of our free 30-minute calls that we offer. If you can see the benefit in learning how to rescript your current identity so that you become the kind of person that has the power to carry your highest reality into being, then I'm hoping you'll be open to making that no obligation call to us, just 30 minutes. If you're ready to do so, then please go to the link that will be posted in our comment chat box on this video and we'll book it for you. We look forward to that. I really hope that this class has served you well, and We'd really love to hear from you soon too. Do connect with us either via our free 30-minute calls, or just a simple comment or words of inspiration are all warmly welcomed. We love to hear from you. Let us know how our classes work out for you, what it is that you are inspired to do, and what you have gained from being with us in these live events. Of course, Nico will be with you again this Thursday with a lot more to share from his perspective and in line with the classes that we are running. Remember to book that free call. Let's talk about that 12-week development coaching plan that we have in place for you in order to rescript and change our identity. Buenas tardes, chicos, chicas. Muy bien. Muchas gracias. See you soon, and bye-bye for now. See you again.